In this video, we're going to talk about physical and chemical changes. Remember that a physical change is when the substance looks different, but the atoms haven't been rearranged. The change in physical properties only, so it changes how it looks, feels, etc., and they are usually reversible. In a chemical change, the bonds are broken and reformed so a new substance is made. A chemical change is just another word for a chemical reaction. These are usually irreversible. When you're looking at something to decide if it was a chemical change, there are a couple things that you can see that usually indicate chemical change. If it changes color, you mix two clear liquids and make something yellow. If it changes the way it smells. If you see bubbles. Bubbles are formed when a gas is made. So if you mix two liquids and you make a gas, you know you made something new. Or if energy is released, and this can be heat or light or even sound. Let's look at some examples. In this video, we've got a candle being burned. And as we burn the candle, you guys have all seen this, you know that the wax melts, but you also are seeing heat and energy and light being released as the candle burns. So burning a candle tricks people a lot of times because they think it's just a physical change. It's just going from solid to liquid. But if you measure a candle before and after, it doesn't have the same mass. Some of that wax is turned into a gas and released into the air. So burning a candle is a chemical change. And just as a heads up, burning is almost always a chemical change if the term's being used correctly. Another example is boiling water. As we're boiling this water, it's going from the liquid state to the gas state, but it's changing the way it looks, but it isn't changing its composition. The steam is still H2O. No atoms have been rearranged. So boiling water is a physical change. When we dissolve sugar, or dissolve anything really, you mix the solid in, and you stir, and then you can't see the solid anymore. But you have to ask yourself, did you make something new? Did that sugar and that water react? Is it reversible? If I were to boil away this water, the sugar would still be in the container. Whenever you dissolve something, you don't make anything new. You just change the way it looks. So that sugar separates from each other and spreads out into the water. Because it's reversible and because nothing new is made, dissolving is a physical change. Now, mixing baking soda and vinegar. Many of you have seen this reaction. This is the reaction typically done to make a volcano. When you mix this liquid and this powder, you see lots of bubbling. So that means you're making a gas. You should know right away that means this is a chemical change because you had a liquid and a solid and now all of a sudden you have a gas. The last thing I want to talk about color change. I said change in color can be evidence that there was a chemical change, but sometimes it just indicates a physical change. In this example, we've got a blue liquid and a yellow liquid. Well, when we mix this blue liquid and this yellow liquid, most of you know, it makes a green liquid. That is a color change, but we didn't make anything new. So when you're mixing things that already have color, you can't always say a color change indicates a chemical reaction. Be careful and use your best judgment. Hopefully this helps answer any questions you have about chemical and physical changes.